The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus said to his disciples, "Do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish, but to fulfill. Amen, I say to you, until heaven and earth pass away, not the smallest letter or the smallest part of a letter will pass from the law until all things have taken place. Therefore, whoever breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches others to do so will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever obeys and teaches these commandments will be called greatest in the kingdom of heaven." The Gospel of the Lord. Why do you suppose Jesus has to say this to the disciples? Don't think that I've come to abolish, but to fulfill. I have not come to abolish. The reason that he has to say it is because people see how disruptive he is. It seems like everything is being wiped straight off the table. Everything is so new that it seems like nothing can possibly remain. And so they assume that he has come to abolish everything that came before. And some people are going to be very happy about this. They found the old way burdensome. So a new routine, a new possibility opens up a new door. And some will go to an extreme and they'll want to wipe the whole thing off. Others will be on the opposite side and they'll say, this great tradition that we've had is perfectly fine. Why are you coming in and disrupting it? And it provokes a certain kind of anger and resistance. We see this among the Pharisees in particular. I have not come to abolish, but to fulfill. We've had an experience of great disruption recently, and so it's not hard for us to enter into precisely the dynamic that is at play in the lives of these disciples in early Israel, in the life of Jesus. Just yesterday, I had to move out of my office totally because our parish offices in Jesuit Hall had to relocate so that the elderly Jesuits in Jesuit Hall will be kept safe during this time. And so the whole day yesterday, like I'm sure was true for many of you, it was a time of great disruption, a time of great change. Trying to find a new place to work, having this kind of nomadic existence. Everything is different. Everything is strange in the city now. It's quiet. It's perpetually like a Saturday morning early when the city still rests. Everything is in a state of upheaval. And here again, some people perhaps find a great relief. The students, maybe in particular, find a great relief that, okay, we get a second week of spring break. Some people find it extremely disturbing. Everything was going along quite well, and now we've reached this point of great disruption, and now I can't even access the sacraments, for example. Here I am coming to you from our Lady Chapel downstairs at College Church, and I'm preaching to an empty room because I'm preaching to you. Everything is in upheaval. There's a great sense of disruption. The question is this: what do Christians do in a state of total disruption? What do Christians do in a state of total disruption? We go back to this insight, this great gift of the Son's love. I've come not to abolish. I'm not here to wipe everything out. I have come to fulfill. And so even in this moment of great upheaval in our country, where it feels like all the normal patterns of daily life have been abolished, even this the Son can use as a great gift of love to the Father, and he's going to invite us into that great gift that he makes to the Father. How does he use this disruption? We had one of the best staff meetings of my entire time at College Church yesterday, and it was not in spite of, it was because of the disruption. It was joyful. We had been away from each other physically for a number of days now. We've all been removed from our normal office spaces, our normal workflow. And so the chance at the very beginning of the meeting just to get together and just check in, to say hi, to see how people are doing, to exchange a laugh, to talk, to share, that was a great and joyful moment. But the substance of the meeting was, how are we going to respond to this moment? What are we going to do now? And you're already seeing one of the fruits. We're trying something new. Well, if we can't have Mass together in the church, well, maybe we can make some little videos. If we can't see each other, we're going to be more intentional about calling and checking. The number of text messages that I've received from parishioners saying, what can I do? We would like to reach out to those who are unable to leave their houses, to check on them. It's extraordinary. This is what Christians do in a state of disruption. And this is what the Son does. It's why he actually welcomes and invites a moment when things can be rearranged. He insists, no, I'm not abolishing what came before, the routines that were there before. I am not coming to abolish those. What I'm doing is taking all the good things that the Father in his love has given to us, and now we'll use this opportunity to rearrange. And so it becomes a new opportunity now, a new opportunity to see what the Father was doing from the beginning. It's going to be very different for us, probably for a very long time. It was a strange experience on Sunday, preaching to a mostly empty college church. And this Sunday, when I get to come and can celebrate with the other priests, Father Mercier and Father White, again, it's going to be even more kind of strange and unsettling, because then the church will be almost entirely empty. This is a time of great disruption and upheaval. But let's not miss the opportunity to enter more deeply into the spirit of this gospel. There comes a moment frequently in someone's confession where they think they've got it all together, they say as much as they can think of, and then all of a sudden it's like it's all been moved around on me. I can't really see the way through. That's actually a profoundly positive experience in a confession frequently. Find it in my own confession. I don't have it all together. I actually have a big pile of things here that I need the Lord to put into some kind of order. Take the flip side of that now. The beautiful, powerful experiences of sacrament that we have had in the Eucharist in particular, which is now denied to us. We don't have the joy of gathering together. We may not even have the joy for some time of physically receiving communion. Okay, but just a moment ago, I was upstairs in the church, and there was a man in deep prayer in front of the tabernacle. There's an invitation now to pray in a way that doesn't get perhaps the immediate gratification that we love, the physical touch, the being together, the reception bodily. The Lord can use this very, very spiritually, very fruitfully for us spiritually, to let him take it deeper now. What do you do during this time? What am I doing during this time? I'll tell you, first of all, what I'm not doing. I'm not just taking a 5-month vacation. It's not 5-month summer, as it said in the comics yesterday. Not a 5-month summer. That's where we can typically get into a little bit of danger sometimes. When we're outside of our normal schedule, our normal routine, that's the lab room, the work room, where the evil spirit can do all kinds of labor. No. What we don't want is just to kind of sit around. We need a good, solid routine. But you know what? It's time for a new routine. It's time for new possibilities. Can I build into my day a time of deeper prayer, of more meditative prayer, where I let the Lord speak to me much more deeply even? Here's the opportunity. We're going to allow the Lord to use this time of great disruption so that he might fulfill, so that he might bring to completion in us the good work that he has been doing. And we give him total freedom to do it in a way that we don't expect, which will open up a new horizon for us, a new horizon of his creativity and his love.